What is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, I'm really excited to continue this series. It is the top 3 players within a specific brand or sponsor series, and today I want to do Discraft's top 3 players, in my opinion, based solely on skill. So I did Innova, and there was a really positive response to that, and this is a series that people want to see continue on. And I figure it's mostly fitting to do Discraft after Innova because those are like the top 2 brands as far as like going back and forth with one another. Discmania fits in there somewhere, but that's another video for another time. Let's get on with the list. So Discraft has a lot of really good players on their team. Some old school players who have been around for a long time, like your Paul Ulibarris. MJ's obviously a beast. I think Austin Hannum's up and coming. He's really underrated. We got Adam Hamez. He's a young buck, but he's really good. A lot of good players in this list, and it can only come down to 3 players in this case scenario. And number 3 on my list is going to be Adam Hamez. Adam Hamez is mostly known for his putting, and the reason he's known for his putting is because of this tournament right here, is his performance in the Hall of Fame Classic last year. He was leading the way during like 99% of the event. And let's just watch a few of these clips. Thanks to Jomez for getting this coverage out. This was amazing.
Feet, maybe just a touch further. Oh yeah, just over the rim. What a putt. Good extension. I'm sure we're gonna get to see that again. Come on. There it is. Watch this full extension here. Beautiful pop of the disc.
No jump required.
Yeah, very little flutter.
45-footer, nicely done. Adam's going to be up first.
Oh, 77 feet. Oh, yes.
He putted his own hat off.
That's when you know you're putting great.
That's commitment. If your hat stays on, you're not trying hard.
No, you're not trying hard enough. That's a wallpaper screenshot right there. Go back about 10 seconds and get that shot. That's incredible. And cue up another 78-foot look for Adam. Does he keep the hat on or does he jump through the hat? Oh, the hat flies off. This is looking good. Oh, gosh. Come on. Once again.
You got to be kidding me with this.
That's incredible. That's amazing. If the hat doesn't fly off, it doesn't count. Oh my word. This guy is a putting machine right now. He is just on fire.
That was probably also outside the circle.
Wow. Taking advantage of every opportunity he's getting right now. Can you make another? He can. Unreal. This guy's putting today has just been top notch.
Great putt. Saves the par.
What was that, like 4 or 5 slow messes he's had this round alone?
Deserved.
Yeah, without question. For the only 2 of the group. Another amazing putt. That's another outside the circle strike. Adam Hamez. Let's just call him. That's his 15th slow mez of the round.
Yeah, the slow mez kid.
He's a former rock star guy.
Yeah, I think he's getting
or Red Bull.
He's getting into a smoothie right now.
Okay.
Big putt. What are we? I'm not surprised. You know, and confidence key for him. I feel like you told me the other day, you know, that he feels he's one of the best putters on tour, and I love to hear that from the young guy who's proving it every single putt. But just the fact that he recognizes and he's not afraid to say, "Hey, you know what? I'm one of the best." And it's like, so you know, he's pretty free with his throws.
71 feet for Adam Hamez. Can we again?
Oh my gosh.
And, that's not a surprising fist pump. That's like okay, I did it fist pump.
Another. This is the 3rd outside circle 2. And not even jumping them, just spinning them home.
That's incredible. Is he going to do it again? What?
So I think this is my favorite one, and we're gonna pause this here as far as Adam Hamez's putting goes. I just want you guys to appreciate the reaction, because I think the reaction is absolutely priceless. Watch what he does when this thing goes in. We'll bring the volume down as well. Look at the reaction. What? He's like, I don't know, man. I physically cannot miss right now. And I just love that. I think that's so great. It's just like, today was his day, and that was a really good tournament for putting for Adam. And I think Adam Hamez is one of the most exciting up-and-coming players, not just for Discraft, but for disc golf in general. He's got a lot of passion, a lot of confidence. He's got a good backhand, good forehand, and good putting. He picked up a couple of wins early on in the year in some A tiers. And as far as the Pro Tour, he's looking pretty solid. He showed up to a few events, didn't show up to a few others. And he was there, but, you know, didn't obviously play up to his own standards, I'm assuming. He's a guy who's playing to win, and he's a guy who has the capability of winning. But, again, very strong backhand, very strong forehand, a very strong putter. Let's move on to number 2 on the list. You can't talk about Discraft without talking about, you got it right, Paige Pierce. Paige Pierce has probably the biggest arm as far as female competitors go, and even though she has a small stature, she's clearly very athletically gifted and able to maximize on every ounce of strength and mechanical ability that she has in her body, and finds herself being able to dominate the women's field year after year. And I'm just wondering, between her and Paul McBeth, who's going to be the one to win their 6th world title? Is it going to be Paige, or is it going to be Paul? We'll have a look at some of these Paige highlights. We'll just enjoy some of her putts and notable shots here. This video is from Smashbox, so Smashbox, thank you for providing us with this coverage as far as she goes. So a lot of these putts are obviously going to be of her not on Team Discraft, but obviously just because, you know, she wasn't on Team Discraft then, obviously she's on Team Discraft now, and she's able to do all the same things that, you know, we saw her do back then. We're still seeing her do these things now, if not at an even higher level. And Paige is going to be the first woman to achieve a 1,000 rating. As far as ratings go, I think pro players don't need to have ratings. I think that's probably a better amateur scale, but if we do continue moving forward with the rating system, I think Paige Pierce is obviously going to be able to be good enough to get to 1,000 rating, and she's proving it time and time again with every tournament and competition that she wins and performs at a high level at. That not only does she have probably the most distance on tour and probably the furthest throwing woman disc golf has ever seen, but she has the Circle 1 and Circle 2 putting to match, and she's able to really throw her new Discraft discs well. She's throwing really well off the tee, and she is really maximizing on the Discraft lineup. She has her own signature putter, the Fierce, and she's putting really well with the Fierce. She's really liked it. She was uploading vlogs, sort of explaining the process during the first lockdown, basically saying that, like, you know, she loves the new putter, and they allowed her to be extremely involved in getting her the putter that she needs. Paige is most known for her backhand, but does not shy away from the forehand as well. So she is a complete player as far as the ability to backhand, the ability to forehand, ability to throw with power, and then obviously Circle 1 and Circle 2 putting. And she's so good with those like 7 to 9 speed control and fairway drivers. She's probably one of the most accurate throwers in the world with that specific speed of disc. That's not just for women, that's just even men and women, as far as she's just one of the best in the world at throwing that speed of disc. And I think we all could learn a lot from watching Paige play. And I think she's going to continue to surprise us all and continue to practice and get better. She has a lot of drive and continues to train really hard to be the best player she can be and continue raising the bar in women's disc golf. The only question I have is who's going to be the one to step up and try and take the top spot away from her, and I can't wait to see who does it. And how can you have a list of Discraft players and not include this guy right here? If you haven't heard of him, his name's Paul McBeth. He's the single best disc golf player in the world. He has the highest rating ever achieved. He has the most world championships of any current player. Obviously, Climo doesn't compete at a high level anymore. Paul McBeth is the best disc golfer in the world right now. There's nobody that's really on his level. There's some guys who are coming very close. We have the Calvin Heimbergs, the Simon Lizottes, the James Conrads, but what makes Paul McBeth better than those guys, I believe, is his mental game and his ability to close out tournaments and to stay focused. If you compare him to like a guy like James Conrad, he's typically not able to close out tournaments at nearly a high level of Paul McBeth. If Conrad has a lead, he can finish, but Paul McBeth can be in second, third, or fourth place and chase you down. And he has 100% unwavering focus, and he's able to throw a backhand for power, forehand with power. He's able to throw his lunas over 400 feet. He's one of the most creative and crafty putters that disc golf has ever seen. But what really separates him is that mental game and his ability to consistently throw the right shot every time. Always a good disc selection, always thrown on a good line. And up until Paul got injured and hurt his ankle, we never really saw Paul McBeth waver ever. So once he hurt his ankle, we obviously saw a side of Paul McBeth that we've never seen before, but that also led to the creation of a lot of really fun content. And if Paul never got injured and he was focused on only playing and he didn't have to sort of change his focus to the business aspect a little bit, I think we've all enjoyed seeing a more human side of Paul McBeth when we, are able to see him in the content and the YouTube videos and see what he's like outside of disc golf. Paul seems like he's come from very humble beginnings. He came out and said, he was a pretty poor kid growing up. Family moved around a lot, just relied on baseball to stay focused. And, he had goals from a very young age, and, he used disc golf as a tool to realize all his goals. And, he chose disc golf as a full-time sport, and he's continuing to raise the bar as to what kind of player do you need to be the best in the world or to beat the best in the world. And Paul McBeth is able to continue to show us what that is. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up. We have Paul McBeth, #1 player in the world. Obviously, he's going to be on the top of this list. If you have a specific sponsor or brand that you want me to cover in the next top 3, leave it in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video and to this channel. We have lots of really good content coming up, and I'm really excited to get that out to you guys. Whichever sponsor you would like me to cover next, leave it in the comments section down below. I think this is a really fun series for people to engage, especially in the comments section, and they can debate and talk about who the best players are and who they think deserves to be on this list, and then what company they want to see next. Thank you for watching. This is Iceberg TV. If you want to become a patron, click the link in the description below. If you want to check out merch, the link is down there as well. Thank you for watching. Let's watch this one more putt and take care. Boom. Adios, guys. Have a good one.